Okay everyone, today we're going to talk about two things. We're going to set up a standalone certification authority in Windows Server 2008, and we're going to use it to hopefully lock down a website with SSL. So right off the bat here, I've already gone ahead and set up a domain. You can see we're in the student.com domain, and this is our web server, so we're webserver.student.com, and over on the client we are client.student.com. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to close this, and we're going to go ahead and add a role, and we're just going to next through this little introductory nonsense and go ahead and select Active Directory Certificate Services. That's what's going to enable us to install our certification authority, and next through that, next through this, and it gives us the cert authority by default. We're going to go ahead and we're going to select Certification Authority Web Enrollment as well. It's not necessarily needed for this exercise, but it gives us IIS in addition to the Certification Authority. We're going to use IIS obviously to demonstrate our ability to lock down a website with SSL, so go ahead and add that, and add all the dependent services. And we can just next through that, and we want a standalone CA obviously because we only have one server. And for the same reason, we're going to make this the root certification authority, and we're going to create a new private key, and we're going to leave all this cryptographic mumbo jumbo default, and we're going to change the common name of our certification authority to root CA, just so it's a little bit easier to remember. And we're going to leave the validity period default, and we're going to leave all of the IIS options default because it'll give us what we need. So go ahead and install this, and go have a cigarette or make a sandwich or whatever, because it's going to take 5-10 minutes. And once that's done, we're going to go ahead and close the wizard. We're going to close Server Manager, and we're going to go to Administrative Tools, and we're going to pull up IIS. This is where we're going to request a certificate to authenticate our web page. And in the IIS manager over here where it says web server, the name of our server, in the this middle window here, we're going to double click on server certificates, and we're going to create a domain certificate. And we want the common name to reflect the name of our website, which in this case, since it's just the default website, is going to be webserver.student.com. And all of this, we could just throw some gibberish in there. Probably in the real world you want to actually fill that out. And we're going to click next, and we're going to specify our online cert authority, which for us is going to be root CA, and the name of our server, which is webserver.student.com, and we're going to give it a friendly name. We're going to call it server cert. Go ahead and finish that, and you might get this pop-up that says it was submitted but it was not issued, and that's okay. We'll work around that. So go ahead and cancel that out, minimize this, and we're going to again go to Administrative Tools, and this time we're going to pull up the Certification Authority Manager, and we're going to go to root CA, and we're going to expand that. And if we go down here to pending request, we should see the request that we submitted that was submitted but not issued. And we're going to right click on that, go to all tasks, and issue it, and that should issue it. Now Microsoft doesn't make it super easy to just directly utilize this thing, so now what we need to do is we need to go to issued certificates, and we should see the cert that we just approved, and we're going to double click on that. And we're going to go to details, and we want to copy this to a file, and we're just going to next through that, and we want to choose the .p7b option because that's going to actually export the certificate, and we want to include all certificates in the certification path. Go ahead and click next and pick a place to save this. We're just going to save it to our desktop, and we're going to call it server cert. I'm going to save that, and you can see it saved it to our desktop. Now we need to go to our start menu and go ahead and type MMC in, and that's going to bring up the just the default blank Microsoft Management Console, and we need to add a snap into this. And the snap-in we're looking for is certificates, so go ahead and add that. And it's going to give us some options, and we want to choose computer account next and local computer and finish. And that'll give us our snap-in, and then we need to expand that, and we want to select personal for our personal store. And we see we have the root CA in here. We need to add the server cert, so we're going to right click. We're going to select all tasks, and we want to import a certificate. And we're going to browse to the certificate we had previously exported. We might have to go to all files or P7B just so we can see it. Go ahead and double click on that. Next through that, and we want to place it in the personal store, so it already did that for us. And our import was successful, so now we see we have the webserver.student.com certificate. So we're going to close this, and we're going to go back to our IIS manager, and we want to select the default website because this is the website that we actually want to enable SSL and HTTPS for. So once that's selected, we need to edit our bindings over on the far right here, directly under Edit Site. We're going to select Bindings, and we can see it's bound to HTTP port 80, which is the default not secure HTTP. So we're going to add a binding, and from the drop-down menu type, we want to select HTTPS. We're just going to leave all assigned because that doesn't particularly matter. And in SSL certificate, we can see we have two options. We have our root CA and the server cert that we generated, and we want to select the cert that we generated. So go ahead and select that and click OK. And now we have HTTPS enabled, but we need to take the extra step of enabling SSL. So in this middle window here, go ahead and double click on SSL, and we want to require SSL, and we want to accept client certificates. So go ahead and select those two and then apply. And now we can go ahead and close IIS Manager. And if we open up Internet Explorer, we should be able to navigate to our website with HTTPS, webserver.student.com, and there it is. Now we're going to jump over to the client, and we're going to install the server cert on the client. And we can see that when we navigate to the HTTPS site on the client, we get a certificate error, and that's okay. We're going to fix that in a minute. So just go ahead and click continue to this website. Not recommended, but we're going to do it anyway. And once the website opens, we could see next to the navigation bar we have this little certificate error window. Go ahead and click on that, and it gives us the option to view the certificates. And we can see here's our server certificate that we installed over on the web server. And it might not go the first time, but if we just close that and open this certificate error window again, at some point it should give us the option to install the server certificate. So we're going to go ahead and click on Install Certificate. And we're going to use the import wizard just next through the introduction. And we don't want to let Windows automatically select where to put it. We're going to select where to put it. So go ahead and select Place All Certificates in the following store. And we're going to browse to Trusted Root Certification Authorities. Go ahead and click OK once that's highlighted, and click Next, and click Finish to finish the import process. It's going to give us a warning message, but we're going to ignore it and go ahead and install our certificate because we trust the web server, presumably. And the import was successful. And it might take 5 minutes for this to actually reflect, so go ahead and take another 5, and hopefully this will resolve itself. And while we wait for this to resolve itself, we can go ahead and pull up an MMC on the client. And again, we're going to go to File, Add Remove Snap-in, and we want to select Certificates. We're going to add the snap-in. We're going to select Computer Account and Local Computer. And if we navigate to the Personal Store, or the Trusted Root Certifications rather, we should see our cert. and it might take a little while for them to show up, but eventually they'll show up, and we can see we have our server certification here. So we're going to go ahead and open Internet Explorer, and we're going to again try to navigate to the HTTPS web server site, and we can see everything went to plan, and our website is secured with SSL. And just to demonstrate that SSL is doing what it's supposed to be doing, I went ahead and added a non-standard web page to IIS, just something with a little bit more content. See, we have a poorly coded HTML page, some pictures on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to the client. We're going to fire up Wireshark, and we're going to see what we can sniff out when we're just using basic HTTP. We're going to go ahead and start Wireshark up, and we're going to open up Internet Explorer. I'm going to show these two side by side just so we can see what's going on here. And we're going to navigate to our new web page. And we can see we start getting a whole bunch of traffic showing up in Wireshark, and we're just going to navigate through a couple of pages of this just to give Wireshark something juicy to grab onto. And then we're going to go ahead and close that. We're going to stop Wireshark, and we're going to see what HTTP objects we can export. We can go to File, Export Objects, HTTP. And we should get some something juicy here, and then we see we got some JPEGs and whatnot. We're going to save all, and we're going to save this to the desktop as, we'll just call it HTTP. We'll let that save, and we can see it not only captured some of our web pages with all the text, but we got the pictures too. So basically everything this client viewed on the internet is susceptible to sniffing with just HTTP. Now we're going to go back over to our server, and we're going to re-enable HTTPS on our web page that I added. We're going to go to Bindings, and we're going to add a binding. We're going to call this one HTTPS. We're going to select our server certificate, and we're going to click OK. And then we're going to re-enable SSL, and we're going to click Apply. We're going to close IIS Manager, and we're going to jump back over to our client, and we're going to initialize a new instance of Wireshark. We're going to reopen Internet Explorer, and this time we're going to navigate to the HTTPS site. We're going to click through a couple pages. We're going to close Explorer, stop Wireshark, and we're going to see what we can export. And obviously we got nothing. So in conclusion, we set up a standalone CA on Windows Server 2008. We utilized certificates we generated via our CA to secure web traffic with HTTPS and SSL, and we demonstrated the effectiveness of HTTPS with Wireshark. So hopefully you guys learned something, and if anybody has any questions, comments, or what have you, feel free to contact me at gredie6786 at students.ecpi.edu, and thank you guys for watching.